afternoon, everybody. It is the voice of northern Oklahoma. I still need to take the time to change the channel's name. I'm thinking Okie Wanderer, something like that. I hope y'all are doing well. I sometimes think about trying to do these live, but I think the chat would be too distracting for me right now. It's been a lovely warm day. I'm driving home, gonna eat some lunch and then see what the next task is. And I just thought I would talk a little bit today about the weather. Oklahoma is not really known as a rainy state. We've been getting a lot of rain. I'm sure it's contributing some to some of the floods in Texas. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it wouldn't surprise me. It's a lot of that water going downhill toward the sea. We had a flood in Sallisaw, and I guess that was a very exciting thing. A little child was rescued by a couple of police officers. She said the water was all the way up to her chin. That's probably a good 3 foot of water, I would expect. Pretty scary stuff, really. Stuff that Oklahoma's not used to. I know I try to steer clear of politics, but I do want to maybe talk a little bit about one thing. When the fires were happening in California, that was politicized by some. Some might argue that it was politicized by me. I would reject that argument, but I can understand if you think that. When the hurricanes happened in the Deep South, that was politicized. Now the floods are happening in Texas, and that's being politicized. And I'm absolutely tired of both sides politicizing things that are acts of God or acts of nature, however you want to look at it. If you want to criticize how the fires were dealt with, that's fine. But the fires themselves, unless you can prove to me that somebody set them, that was an act of God. The flood, unless you can prove to me that somebody bombed a dam or something, that's an act of God. And we don't know what God's thinking. I would never say this is God's judgment on those sinful people. And to me, it blatantly throws out the argument that you can't be a Christian if you're on a certain side. And both sides say it. You can't be a Christian if you're on the other side. I'm sorry, that's BS. Both sides have elements in their ideologies that are not the most Christian thing. And so both sides are running around saying not even half-truths, like 10th truths or something. You can't be a Christian and believe that because of this issue or that issue or the other issue. Well, maybe you're a Christian and you believe 80% of that ideology and not that other 20%. Did you ever think about that? Maybe we should all have more Christian charity, or whatever religion you are. They all preach a certain degree of benevolence to your fellow man. And maybe we should start living up to that instead of beating each other down. Ha ha, you got a flood, and it's this president's fault. Or ha ha, there was a storm here, and it was the last president's fault. Ha, there were fires. We don't like the way your state's run, so it's your fault. No. Let's be better Christians or Buddhists or Muslims or whatever you are. And have some respect for the fact that sometimes bad things happen to good and innocent people. And I do not have an answer. I know there's probably someone out there, well, I know the answer because of this Bible verse right here. And I'm not making fun of the Bible. I'm making fun of that person. We really don't understand how God thinks. We're not capable of understanding how God thinks. We're finite, flawed beings. And God, by at least some definitions, is an all-knowing, all-powerful personality, whatever you want to call it. Okay? You may not even like that I call God Him. And I get it, because if such a being exists, that being would encompass so much more than our ideas of sexuality. But I feel like it's just lame to call God an it. Okay. I've said some stuff. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Hopefully you're at least mildly enjoying the beautiful countryside, beautiful blue sky. This is the land where I was born and raised and spent pretty nearly my entire life. And I hated northern Oklahoma when I was younger because I was a bitter, angry, and abused child. Now I'm grown and I have come to love this place. So, this is your Okie Wanderer asking you